Okay, hold on. I'm sorry that I tricked you. Don't click off the video because this video is very important. So just stick around. I promise I didn't mean to do it, but this is important. Again, I didn't mean to trick you guys. That's not really what I wanted to do. I didn't want to do as a clickbait thing. Video would not get recognized, or probably nobody would click on it if I didn't make it look like an authentic PlayStation announcement. Which also means that you want to see this game get made just as much as I do. And hopefully with this video, we might be able to change that. I really want this game, one of my most favorite games when I was growing up as a kid, this game right here, Star Wars, Shadow of the Empire, to make a comeback. There is a reason why I want this game to come back. First of all, they brought back a lot of other ones that are pretty cool, like Dark Forces Remastered, and I'm surprised they even brought this one back. Star Wars Jedi Power Battles, I'll show the picture of it here. Here lately, they have been bringing back a lot of Star Wars games. We've been getting Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, although it had a dicey release. Star Wars Bounty Hunter, which actually got a updated visual. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Star Wars Dark Forces Remastered. Star Wars Jedi Power Battles. I think there's probably more Star Wars games that got re-released. There's just one game that hasn't came out yet, and I'm just surprised it hasn't been done yet, is Star Wars Shadow of the Empire. And look, I'm not a big Star Wars fan. I want to make that very, very clear. I'm not a big Star Wars fan. However, this one game here was probably one of my more favorite Star Wars game, other than maybe Star Wars The Force Unleashed, the first one. But other than that, this is my top favorite Star Wars game. The reason why I like this game is because of all the rare good deeds that my dad did, this was one of them. And he did it very rarely. He bought me, when I was having medical problems, he bought me the Star Wars game, especially with my new Nintendo 64 system. So that was one of the core memories I liked from when I was a kid. Also, I love this series because it felt like, for the first time, somebody was taking video games very seriously and making them more like a movie. This felt like an actual movie in its presentation and everything. I just remember thinking this feels like a movie. I mean, they had a toy line for this thing, and the only thing that really did get toy lines at that time was the movies. So now we're hearing this major blockbuster game being made by a major blockbuster studio from a major blockbuster movies in its own storyline. It was so cool. It was so freaking cool. I'm surprised that this thing has not been re-released on PlayStation or Xbox with updated visuals or 60 to 120 frames per second with new trophies or achievements to acquire or whatever. I remember this game was. I remember the toy line too. This was another game that I loved. That the toy line was so awesome. I knew kids who loved the Millennium Falcon, but I had the Outrider. So that was really, really cool. To me, it felt like it was a toy line meant for me, for an outsider to enjoy. And that's why I loved about it and everything about this game. It just felt awesome. You had a toy line, you had the Outrider, and I played with the Outrider, and then on my game system, I can go in and look at the Outrider. It's one of the things I'm just surprised it has not been re-released yet. I'm really actually shocked it has not been re-released yet in any form or capacity. Maybe there's some legal reasons about it. I don't know. I'm kind of hoping if they do make a re-release, they might re-release the PC version, because that one has cutscenes and actual voice acting and whatnot. So I would love to see that happening. That'd be kind of cool. But I only played the N64 version, which this is why it's why I'm surprised that it has not been re-released, because you have the game you have the game 007 GoldenEye. It got re-released. It got re-released for Xbox and Nintendo Online. Well, the only way you could play GoldenEye is to play it on Nintendo's Online. And they could do something like that here too. Or I don't think they should, but they could maybe release it on Nintendo Online, or you can buy it individually. So yeah, I don't know why this game has not been made yet, re-released yet in any capacity, any form. I'm surprised. It even got a quick Easter egg cameo, and I think in the special edition versions where you can kind of see the Outrider. I hope that's what it's called. But yeah, I'm surprised this game has not been re-released, and that's why I made this video here, is to hopefully get kind of a mini campaign to see if possible, if there's enough traction on this video with its likes and maybe some of your guys' maybe nostalgic memories of this game, and maybe we can share it, that somehow somebody can see this, that is able to re-release these games. Whoever's re-releasing these games, all the other Star Wars games, get on this one. This is one of my most favorite ones. There's so much you could do. You can add them, pack in with material that, you know, from the from this, you know, from this line. Heck, I even have this the Star Wars Secrets, the Shadow of the Empire book, which gives like details about, I think it's like, of all the yeah, cool. See, yeah, they're Outrider. That's what it's called. See, you got the Outrider right there, and it's like gives you all the secrets of the game and how they did all that stuff. Like, pump that, like, with all the extra features from this book. Do that, or with more content and stuff like that. Do something. I don't know. I would love to get this game. I would love to play this game one more time, especially to earn like trophies and achievements. I would love to do that. If you guys want to see that too, hit that like button, share it, do something. I would love to see this game get re-released in some capacity, some form. And I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but this is the only Star Wars game that I can really sit down and play constantly. Hit that like button, share it, share some stories from your childhood if you played this game. But that's why I wanted to make this video, is to hopefully, you know, somebody out there can listen and get this game re-released. Sorry for tricking you. Sorry about that. But anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Y'all take care.